Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
I am. Are you?
Probably not.
You probably are.
Okay.
So
ask me.
Yeah,
Wait, what is this?
That's a ball that's floating in water.
No fucking way. Seriously?
Yeah,
well,
it's tied
what's
to
the point of it?
So actually, I have 2 very easy questions, and they have to do with that.
Okay.
And then they're elementary physics, so anyone should be able to get them.
I would hope.
Trust me, you'll get them. All right, so we'll start with the first one. So here I have 3 box trucks.
Okay.
They're completely sealed. They're all on a level surface, and they all have an apple hanging from a string.
Okay.
The only difference between these 3 box trucks is that one is at rest, one is accelerating forward, and one is accelerating in reverse.
Yeah.
So out of these 3, which one is at rest?
This one's at rest.
Yes. How did you know that one's at rest?
Because it's in the center. It's not moving.
Yes. Pretty easy, right? Which one's accelerating forward?
This one.
Yes. How did you know that one's accelerating
Because when
forward?
you go forward, the pressure goes backwards on you.
So because of the inertia of the apple, it remains in its position.
Yes.
Everything else is moving.
Yeah.
So the apple only appears to swing back. And
Yes.
that's because
Even
everything
though
else is
the
moving.
car is going forward.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, perfect. You got it. That's the first one. So the second one, again, pretty similar, but instead of an apple, is a helium balloon.
balloon.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
helium balloon, so it's buoyant. That's the difference. So
Okay.
same thing. Out of these 3, which one is at rest?
This one's still at rest.
Yes, and it's for the same reason as the first.
Exactly.
Which one's accelerating forward?
Trick question. I think it's still this one.
Okay, so this one I'm going to help you out a little bit. So this, again, it's a buoyant object, no different than the balloon. So it's
Okay.
floating, so it represents the balloon.
Okay.
So it's at rest
Oh,
right
so
now,
that's
right?
the point of this.
So I'm
Okay.
going to accelerate it and then see what direction the ball goes, right?
Okay. Move forward.
Right? So back to this question.
Let me see.
It is C.
Okay,
Now, there
sick.
is 2 reasons why it's C. Do you happen to know why?
I do not.
Okay, so the first reason is air is more dense than helium, right? And in this scenario, water is more dense than air.
Okay.
So obviously the density difference is the first reason. Second reason is a force. So as soon as I apply the force in this direction, all of the air that's inside of the truck is also being forced in that same direction. And because air is more dense than helium, it's able to
Helium.
push, yes,
I see.
it moves it along with it.
Okay.
You got it,
Yeah.
perfect. So I actually recreated this experiment in a cargo van, and it's basically both questions in one. So this is the real...
Like a real experiment? You're driving a car?
Yes, in a cargo van. So I want to see if you can tell what direction I accelerated. So this is the true, are you smarter than a 5th grader question. Did I accelerate right, left, or did it remain still at rest?
Well, which side is the front of the car?
It
'Cause
doesn't
this is
matter.
the back wheel.
It doesn't matter.
You're right.
Matter should tell you what direction I accelerated.
Well, if it's...
So there's an apple, it's red, and the helium balloon is pink.
You're going forward.
What direction would that be?
That's this way.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the direction I
Yeah.
accelerated. You got it. So
Okay.
one last bonus question.
Okay.
So it looks like the apple and the helium balloon are moving away from each other,
Yeah.
right? That's what it looks like. But in reality, only one of those 2 has true motion. So only one is actually
It's
moving.
the apple.
No.
No?
It's the helium balloon.
Well, it's because the helium balloon is being pushed by the air.
Yes, so
whereas
it's
apple
the balloon is
being...
moving through space.
Ah.
The apple is not. It only appears to
Yeah.
move because it's being left behind.
Sick.
Everything else is moving, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so here's one last question before you go. If I have a helium balloon here on Earth and I release it, what direction does it go?
Up.
Yes. Why does it go up? There's 2 reasons.
It's a great question. I feel like, well, it has to do with gravity, because gravity doesn't have a force on the balloon necessarily.
Okay,
and
gravity is the
because-
first reason, but what's the second reason?
Because helium is lighter than air.
Yes, you
it
got
just...
the second. Okay, so helium is lighter than air. That's the first reason. Second reason is a force. But I don't know if you knew gravity as a pulling force is only a theory because it has never been measured or detected.
Really?
Yes, so
Okay.
it's just a theory. It has nothing physical to back it up. So the reality is the force of the Earth is actually a push. So you're not being pulled down towards the Earth right now by a force. It's literally the Earth pushing up against you right now. So the Earth is literally moving up through space right now. And that upwards push, it's what's pushing up the air, and that's why helium balloons go up. So when you release a helium balloon and an apple, only the helium balloon has true motion up, but the apple has apparent motion. That's because everything else is moving up. And that's
Wow.
why gravity is just a theory. So this is the real reason why I'm doing this before you go. You believe the Earth is a ball, right?
I do believe the Earth is a sphere.
Do you understand that on a ball up is relative? So if you're standing on a ball, up is relative.
Okay.
So if you're standing here, up is this way, but if you're standing down here, up is this way,
Yes.
right? And every direction away from the center is up, right? If we could prove physically that the force of the Earth is actually a push and not a pull, and physics shows us that, how can the Earth push up in every direction at the same time if it was a ball?
Well, that's just a theory that gravity and the Earth is a push, not a pull.
It's actually not a theory. Have you heard of the normal force of the Earth? So that's a real force that's acknowledged, because buoyancy is a force.
So are you
Buoyancy is a push.
suggesting that the Earth is not a round circle?
So what I'm suggesting is that in order for people to believe in the ball Earth theory, they first have to believe in the theory of gravity being a pull. Because if you could prove that it's actually a push, and that's what physics shows us, buoyancy, then the whole heliocentric model would just fall apart because the Earth will have to be expanding to be able to push up in every direction. It just explode. It wouldn't work. So again, this will be the number one proof to debunk the globe Earth is the fact that gravity is a push, not a pull. What does that mean? That means the Earth is just an extended level plane and is pushing up in one direction. So everybody's up is the same. It's not relative. No, flat Earth is a psyop, and I'm gonna tell you why. So over 95% of flat Earthers claim the Earth is motionless. So they deny the force of the Earth. They don't claim it's a pull or a push. So they have their own magical explanation to why things fall. So they have no real reason to why things fall. That's flat Earth. Globe Earth, they are claiming there's a magical pulling force that has never been measured or detected. The reason why things fall is because they have inertia, and it's the Earth that's moving up to catch it
So then what
up.
shape do you think the Earth is?
So the Earth is an extended level plane. What it looks like as a whole, nobody knows. Nobody has a God's eye view of the Earth. So I know NASA and all the other space agencies claim to go to outer space and see the Earth.
But it's multiple different pictures put into one.
Yes, it's a composite image. It's not a real image. A real image of the Earth as a whole doesn't exist. And you gotta ask yourself why. And in my opinion, it's because it doesn't exist.
What's your name?
My name is William.
Brooke.
Yes.
It's very nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet
This
you
is a
too.
great conversation.
Yeah, thank you. So here's my channel. I'll give you my channel, and I go to other universities as well, and I speak to professors as well about this topic. And yeah, nobody can prove the globe because it doesn't exist. So
Fantastic.
so in there are the 6 top proofs that debunk the globe Earth, on top of the number 1, which is the fact that gravity is a push, not a pull.
So are you doing like research on this, or is
I've
this
done-
just like a freelance thing that you decided to do?
Well, I do, this is what I do in my free time.
Uh-huh.
So this is the number 1 censored topic online by far. So the
Okay.
whole globe Earth versus flat Earth is just a false dichotomy. So real truthers like myself are, pretty censored. So I'm pretty super censored online. So I literally just come out, to the real world to talk to real people to try and share this information because it's not going to spread online.
You never know. You
Yeah.
have to meet the right people.
Yeah, believe it or not, you do. But are these people willing to put their careers on the line?
True.
Because
It's a very interesting topic. I never thought about it before.
Thanks for the chat,
Thank
man.
you so much. This is
Appreciate it.
great.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. What are you doing?
I'm trying to see if students here are smarter than a 5th grader or anyone.
Can I try?
Yeah, definitely.
I am a student.
Oh, you're a student here?
Yes.
Oh, definitely. Then,
A
yeah.
non-traditional age student.
Yeah.
I'm actually art history.
You guys want to do it together too with him? You guys could do it together as a group.
I was like that. Oh, I'm about to be on Instagram.
YouTube, I'm live, but this one's recording me though, live. But you're good, man. You're good.
Alright,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So here we'll start 2 very easy multiple choice questions. Elementary physics. So I have 3 box trucks.
Yeah.
They're completely sealed. They're all on a level surface, and they all have an apple hanging from a string. The only difference between these 3 box trucks is that one is at rest, one is accelerating forward, and one is accelerating in reverse. So out of these 3, which one is at rest?
That one.
Okay, how did you know B is at rest?
Because it's not
It's not moving. Exactly, you got it. Which one's accelerating forward? How did you know A is accelerating forward?
if you accelerate forward, it's like gravity.
It's not gravity, but it's inertia.
not
Inertia.
Well, but
Inertia.
it's a fictitious force.
Inertia, yeah.
Force, right?
It's inertia because the apple is able to resist this position in space when the whole container is moving forward.
Then that.
So the apple gets
force
left
vector is
behind.
going
That's what's happening, and that's why this one's accelerating forward.
I was expecting a trick question.
No, these are very elementary physics.
Oh, okay.
Very easy. Yeah. Okay, the second one. That's why are you smarter than a 5th grader? A 5th grader can answer these, easily. So, okay, out of these 3, which one is at rest? The only difference now is a helium balloon instead of an apple.
This one's at rest.
so-
This one's at rest.
So, yeah, and
unless
it's-
they're on an angle or something.
Yeah, but they're on a level surface.
Okay.
So yeah, this one's at rest. You got it. Yeah.
got scared.
Yeah, you got scared. Now this one's the hardest one, believe it or not. Which one's accelerating forward
Accelerating
from
forward.
these?
This one.
Okay. Now I have this as an example because this is a buoyant object, no different than the balloon. So it's floating, right?
Yeah.
It's at rest right now. I'm gonna accelerate it and then see what direction the ball goes. Right. So going back to this question, knowing that this is a buoyant object as well, which one's accelerating forward?
Can you do that again?
Yeah, look. So this represents the
that
balloon.
air? This is
It's
air?
air and water, but it represents the balloon because it's buoyant. It's floating.
Change the gas.
But it doesn't matter. The principles are the same. So this represents the balloon.
And what
That's
I
a fact.
saw was when you went forward, it went forward. How's that happen?
I'll explain to you why, but
It got something to do with electrons, static electricity?
no, it has to do with force. Force. So,
Not magnetism.
Not magnetism.
Okay.
So, okay, the answer is C, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And there's 2 reasons. The first reason is air is more dense than helium, right? In this scenario, water is more dense than air. But it's the same principles. It's the medium that surrounds it being more dense, right? So as soon as I apply the force in this direction, all of the air that's in
Squeeze the air forward.
yes, it's pushing the air forward, and because air is more dense than helium, it will push anything that's buoyant forward. Water, the same thing. So if you put something that floats in water and you push the water forward, that buoyant object is going to get pushed forward.
Right.
It's only a rock that will get left behind in water because a rock is more dense than water. Exactly. So
Are you
here.
a student here?
No, I'm not a student here. I'm just here to challenge the students. So here, I recreated this experiment inside of a cargo van in real life. So I want to see if you could tell what direction I accelerated, to the right or to the left.
Can I see?
Yeah, definitely.
Turn up the brightness.
It actually went dim right now because of the. Like,
So which one is?
can you see the apple and the balloon?
do. Oh, that's awesome.
So what direction would they accelerate here? Would you say?
Okay, you're going forward.
Yes, exactly. You got it because that's the balloon. That's the direction
the
the
apple
balloon.
was the rock.
Yes.
It didn't get left behind, but it got pushed
It
back.
got left behind actually, and the balloon got pushed forward.
Right.
So a bonus question here. It looks like the apple and the balloon are moving away from each other, right? That's what it looks like when you're inside the cargo van. It looks like they're moving away from each other.
Okay.
In reality, only one of those is moving. So out of the helium balloon and the apple, which one is actually moving through space? Yes, you got it, because the balloon is actually being pushed and the apple's being left behind. So the apple only has apparent motion, the balloon has true motion. So that's the reality. So one last question before you go. If I have a helium balloon here on Earth and I release it, what direction does it go? Why do you think it goes up? There's two reasons why.
Oh damn. It goes up because of difference in density.
Yes, so air is more dense than helium. That's the first reason. What's the second reason? Oh, you said it right there. It pushes it up. What's a push? A force. So we need a force as well to push up the helium balloon. What does that mean? I don't know if you knew, gravity as a pulling force is only a theory. So it has never been proven or detected.
Okay, stop right there.
Yes.
It's been debunked, right?
Gravity as a pulling force, yes, it doesn't exist. It's just a theory.
It was a lie.
Yes, it was a lie. So here's the thing though. The actual force of the earth is a push, not a pull. So you're not being pulled down towards the earth, it's the earth pushing up against you. And that upwards push, that upwards motion of the earth is what's pushing up the air, and that's why the air pushes up helium balloons. So when you release an helium balloon and you release an apple, the helium balloon has true motion and the apple has apparent motion because the apple is just being left behind. It's the earth that comes up to meet the apple. So right now everyone's moving up like we're inside that giant elevator. So the earth is like an elevator. It's like the ground is pushing up against your feet. And that's the force of the earth. So here's the thing. This is the real reason why I'm doing this. You believe the earth is a ball, right? You don't believe the earth is a ball? Oh, fair enough. So here's the thing. Because most of the students here believe the earth is a ball, right? On a ball, up is relative. So I don't know if that's what we were told, right? When we were kids. Yeah, if you're standing here, up is this way. Yeah, if you're standing down here, up is this. In every direction away from the center is up on a ball. If we could prove physically that the Earth's force is a push, upwards push, and not a downwards pull, right? And physics shows us that, buoyancy shows us that.
Up is relative to your
How can the
position.
Earth push up if it was a
So
ball?
what is your point?
My point is the Earth is not a ball. It's an extended level plane pushing up in one direction. So everybody's up is the same.
It actually, and you don't have to be crazy. You know when I started getting this?
Yes.
When I was 14, looking in the atlas, we had the big coffee table book.
Okay.
And it said the Earth is well, they said the sun is 1,000,000 times larger than the Earth.
Yes. It's very big.
That's a very clean number.
Yeah.
Even at 14,
very round number.
It's a very round number. I figured that out at 14. I don't even think that I really knew what I was thinking. I was just like...
You just didn't make sense
It
to
just
you.
didn't
And
make
you didn't
sense.
accept it. That's the thing.
You know what it was? I have 14 years of life experience, and ain't nothing that damn easy.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, fair enough.
So I didn't really get it, but that's where it began.
I get it. I
You
get
know,
it. Oh, yeah.
I'm a Christian, I'm a man of faith,
Okay.
and the world is alive.
Yep. The physical world, literally.
Physical world
The
lies.
physical world is a lie, literally.
What's your name?
My name is William.
William?
Well, yes.
Wendell.
Wendell, nice to meet you. So, I mean, do you have any questions for me about this subject? So,
Nah,
can I share the number 2 proof with you that debunks the globe? Maybe you want to share with others? So,
I am so happy that you are doing
yeah.
this.
So the radius of the Earth that they tell us is 3,959 miles, allegedly.
Let's see if I have it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, this is the radius that they tell us the Earth is.
Can I take a picture of it?
Yeah, take a picture of this. I'm recording all of this too. I'll give you my channel after you leave.
I will definitely
Yeah.
check you out, man, because I don't think that there are enough brave, assertive people
Yes, coming out
that
and doing
have,
this.
and like, you know, like you recognize that I understood but you have the understanding. You know, there's not a lot of people that have an understanding that want to talk. There's a lot of people that want to talk, but they don't know anything. They don't do any research.
Yes, they don't have the articulation skills to explain what they're thinking.
That. They haven't even not. It could be that.
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't even look.
That too. Yeah.
That's all you have to do. You know, you can't really have an opinion.
Yeah. If you don't understand it yourself.
I mean, what's your opinion if you don't know anything?
Exactly.
So.
Okay, so the radius of the Earth, right? So they claim to have satellites orbiting the Earth, right? So they need to give us these numbers because they're claiming to do so, right?
This guy, your table should be overflowing.
Right? So you know the Pythagorean theorem, right? It's elementary. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So using that simple calculation, we plug in the numbers. That should tell us how much curvature there should be every mile. And it turns out there should be 8 inches per mile squared.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
Yeah. So in 3 miles, there should be 6 feet of curvature, right? So how do we measure for that curve, right? There's a very easy way to do so. If we went out to a giant lake that was 3 miles across, for example, filled with water, and we build a level structure above the body of water, the water, when containing at rest, is going to be parallel to anything horizontal above it, because water, when it's containing at rest, the surface always... Yeah, takes the shape of the container, but the surface always... Yes, water's level, the number one tool for being level. So they're trying to tell us that no, every lake on Earth is bending 8 inches per mile squared, which is a physical impossibility for water on a lake to do this. The surface of water.
You would be able to see that.
Yes. Not only will you be able to see it, but you'll be able to measure it too. You know, but you should be able to see, especially
3 miles, you would see that.
Yeah.
So easy.
Not only that, 10 miles there should be 66 feet of curvature. That's the height of this building almost. 66 feet. That's like a 6-story building, maybe.
You know what? If the world worked like that, it would be terrifying.
Yes, it would be. It would be.
know,
it would look fucking crazy.
I'm not trying to take over your video.
No.
There's a theory. I don't even know if it's a theory. It's basically that a human being that woke up on an alien planet would go insane. Yes. Because that would be too much for you to handle. So if we really lived on something that was falling away from us, everywhere we looked, we would all be insane.
Imagine flying over falling down Earth. Like
it's really ridiculous.
It is. Because airplanes fly level. That means they fly horizontal in a perfectly straight line.
Fast.
They don't bend down to go around the ball.
They would always be pushing down the... Yeah.
The irony, I don't know if you knew, airplanes actually fly slightly with 1 degree pointing up. And that's because, in my opinion, because the Earth will catch up and crash into it. Because it has to point its nose up to stay level, because the Earth is moving up as well. So when a helicopter's floating...
So they have to move away from it.
Yes. It's not gravity pulling the airplane down. It's they're moving away from the Earth.
See how the devil does?
Yeah, they invert everything.
I'm a man of faith.
Yes.
So
man, you're giving me chills, man. How open-minded you are.
You know, it's usually this. If the world's telling you, hey, it's big.
Yes.
And it ain't even hard if you just think about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty much.
So, I appreciate you, man.
No, yeah. So yeah, this is a number 2 proof how water behaves. But here, let me give you my information.
Have you done the thermometer, the laser thermometer test?
Talking about with the moonlight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's very interesting, man. I haven't done it myself either,
That's
but
amazing, though, right?
yeah, cold light. Oh my God,
Cold
that's
light.
the opposite of the sun. Like if that doesn't show creation in itself, like
It's
oh
actually
my God.
very intuitive.
Yes.
But because they told us that light reflects heat and all, that you don't think of it that way. But a cold light.
The yin yang, literally above us,
yang.
literally.
All right, man.
Appreciate
You're
it,
going
man.
to see me on your channel.
All right, man. I appreciate
And,
that, man.
yeah.
This was great, man. I appreciate
It
the
was.
conversation, man.
You come out here every week?
I try to, but I have a full-time job, and obviously this doesn't pay the bills. So I try to make as much time as I can to do this. I come out like once or twice a month, different universities in
What do
SoCal.
you do?
I work in moving, so I have my own business that I work. But yeah, I try to make as much time to do this because this is the number 1 censored topic online by far. Is the fact that we don't live on the globe.
Is it?
It is, and it's the most
I thought
censored.
it had lost a little steam.
No, yeah, it's the most censored because it's the easiest to prove. That's why.
Wow.
And everybody believes it too.
Do they try to censor you?
Oh yeah, my channel's not growing anymore. It stopped growing like a few years ago. It's stuck like at 2K subs. So my channel's just censored off of that. Like it doesn't get recommended. My views get hidden. My comments get hidden. Like it's just not growing anymore.
Keep doing the work with faith,
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
God
it, man.
bless you, bro.
Yeah, God bless you, man.
All right.
All right.
You're going to get a million videos on this video.
Right?